Let me see what's in here. I believe it should be the arm that'll hold the and a micro USB to plug it in. So there we go, magnetic hold on there. So I don't know how this works. I will have to figure that out to make sure. Ooh. There we go. Now I've got it figured out. So as the bicycle moves, this should hopefully keep my camera stable for streaming. That's the idea here. I'll have to play around with this, get the instructions on it. Anyway, there we go. There's that. Hopefully, it'll mount on my bike, and then when I ride my bike, the camera will stay stable for me streaming while I'm riding. So, if I can figure out how to turn this off. Might need to turn it on to find out the off button. Oh, there it says power. Okay. There we go. It's off. Okay. There we go. Looks well built. Yeah. It does look sturdy. Maybe you'll get one for your power chair. Which one is that? It is DJI is the brand. So I looked up ones that have a gimbal, I think is what they call it, a gimbal sensor in there. And this was not the cheapest one that Best Buy had. It was the one just above that. Yep, I'm holding for a screenshot. There you go. There was a cheaper one, but this one, I'll show it here a second for you. Hopefully you got that. This one does have legs that you can make an extension on here. The cheaper model did not have this built in. You had to, I think, screw in the legs. So this one has it built in that you can hide the legs underneath. I don't know how much I'll use the legs. Like I said, I wanted to be able to screw it and mount it on my bicycle. So, and this was separate. So there's a lot of different styles of this, but this one will work on my bicycle. And then that'll mount like that. So there we go. That's my unboxing. Next Monday, I will be riding my bike. I don't know how long I'll be riding my bike. I might be starting early next Monday. So by the way, if you were not here earlier, if I did not say this recently, let's go back to here. I am riding my bike 500 miles next month to raise money for kids' cancer. So any bits, tips, subs, and donos that come in, like Southside Love TV, I'll be taking those at the end of the day and donating them over here to Great Cycle Challenge, which goes to fight kids with cancer. So my goal is $500. If we get $500, I will cut my hair on stream. I also will earn getting a jersey, which I've done a couple of times. There's also like a superhero, a superhero jersey if we raise $2,500. I'm not expecting to do that on stream. I thought about saying, well, if we do that, I'll shave my head completely bald in honor of the kids who I'm writing cancer for. So I would definitely do that, but I'm not expecting to actually do that. So I'm just joking around about it. If we get to 500, then maybe we'll push for that. That's a long way off to do that. So 20 bits will be going there. Yes, wait. Fighting kids with cancer? No. Fighting the cancer, helping the kids. I know. I've seen little skits on that. Fighting kids cancer, not kids with cancer. We're fighting the cancer. So, okay. We'll finish this chapter and then we'll figure out some. I know. I like that joke too, by the way. Okay, bum. Where were we at? Oh, okay, we were at the eye of the needle here. And then we have the assurance from Jesus is, if you've done all these things and you followed after me, you'll be rewarded. It's not well, maybe later. Oh, you know what? Not now. Those kinds of things. I will say also with this too, it is designed so you could just hold it. I mean, that's a decent handle too. So if you were walking around, trying to show things while you're doing it, it would hold it steady so that it does not, get all the bumps and all of that stuff in there. So I'll be playing with that, and next week I'll be streaming with it. So, yeehaw. Okay. Then Jesus took the 12 aside and said to them, "Look, we are going up to Jerusalem, and everything that is written about the Son of Man by the prophets will be accomplished." Will be fulfilled. Okay. Everything. Everything that is written about the Son of Man by the prophets will be accomplished. There is nothing left that was written by the prophets that Jesus didn't fulfill when he went to Jerusalem in the last week of his life and the days that follow. Everything written about him was fulfilled. And a bunch of people say, yeah, but what about? This is what it says. Everything will be fulfilled. It's not saying there can't be second fulfillment, third fulfillment. There is a level at which he is the culmination of everything that is written. And in that week, there is nothing left to be done that was not done. Now, maybe there are further applications, further fulfillments, but not to say he didn't do it and he still has to do it and he has to do it a certain way, to me is imposing on Jesus things that he did not say. So, okay, for he will be handed over to the Gentiles. He will be mocked, mistreated, and spat upon. They will flog him severely and kill him. Yet on the third day he will rise again. But the 12 understood none of these things. This saying was hidden from them. They did not grasp what Jesus meant. So Jesus tells them all of this. They don't understand it. Why not? How could you understand it? It's not your expectation. Okay, what do you mean by that? Like, this doesn't make sense. Our understanding from the teaching we've always got is this is what the Messiah is going to do. Messiah ben Joseph, Messiah ben David. This is what he's going to do. This is how he's going to do it. This is the Messiah figure. This is what Messiah figure does. And it's like, oh wait, they couldn't grasp the newness of what he was saying. After resurrection, after it happens, then they can see what he meant it was going to be. So why do we want to look at the second coming and figure that we can figure it out when they couldn't figure it out when Jesus told them plainly before it happened and they couldn't see it? So, Supersonic, 2 Peter 3, 9, and 10. Does this apply to the promise being fulfilled, not just to hope of people coming to him? The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. He is patient with you, not wanting any to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. Are we going back to this here? That I tell you the truth that no one is left. That would be. Yeah, there is some thought that, well, he hasn't returned. There's doubt of him returning because they all expected him to return in their lifetime. So if some are dying, there's that. He's not slow. But there's the Peter passage is more of he's not slow to bring judgment so that more might enter in. You've already entered in. Don't grow impatient because you're in and you're expecting eternal life. There are others who are not yet in the kingdom. He doesn't want to close the doors until he has every last one who will come into the kingdom in the kingdom. Don't know if I answered that, Supersonic, or not. Say more. As Jesus approached Jericho, a blind man was sitting by the road begging. When he heard the crowd going by, he asked what was going on. Okay, I'm not sure what the arrow means. I mean, to fulfill his promise, any promise, not just judgment. Are you talking? Well, I was talking about the Old Testament is all fulfilled in what Jesus did during the week. I'm not talking that Jesus fulfilled everything that he said during that. He said all that the prophets said. So Jesus said things about his second coming. Those were obviously not fulfilled in his first coming. Jesus was saying that everything of the prophets were fulfilled in his first coming. That's what I was saying, if that's what you mean. They told him, Jesus the Nazarene is passing by. So he called out, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. Okay, look at this. Look at what he says here. Don't forget what we just had earlier with the tax collector. God, have mercy on me, a sinner. God, have mercy on me, a sinner. What is he saying? Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. And those who were in front scolded him to get him to be quiet, but he shouted even more, Son of David, have mercy on me. Like, shh, dude, don't bother him. You're just some blind man. You ain't got no time for no blind beggar. So Jesus stopped and ordered the beggar be brought to him. When the man came near, Jesus asked him, what do you want me to do for you? Like Jesus never assumes. He never assumes, and he also allows people to ask. How gracious is that to ask? Like, think about this. What do we often do when we go to someone who is in need? We don't ask them what they need. We assume what they need, and we give them. Here is a package of food. I'm not picking on anyone doing this, but like, here's a package of food that you can have. It's mac and cheese and tuna fish and some hamburger to throw in there or whatever. What if what they really wanted was something different and we don't offer that to them? We don't ask, what is it you want for me to do? I would love for you to make lasagna for me. Oh, sorry, we don't have lasagna. We don't do lasagna here. I would love to have the Subway sub. No, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. We can't ask you. We're going to give you what we know you want and what you need. We're going to give you what you need, not what you want. Jesus asked what you want. He replied, Lord, let me see again. Jesus said to him, receive your sight. Your faith has healed you. And immediately he regained his sight and followed Jesus, praising God. When all the people saw it, they too gave praise to God. So he asks for sight. Jesus gives him sight. I just love that interaction of giving dignity to the person to ask them what they want. Instead of coming with an agenda, it says, I know what you need, and let me give that to you. Supersonic. Oh, okay. But are still promises not yet fulfilled, but confident he will fulfill them, not delayed, but his timing? Yeah. That's what I was clarifying. As Jesus says, he fulfilled everything that the prophets talked about. The prophets are talking about his first coming. It's not to say that some of those things you go, well, I don't see those in here. Like the day of the Lord. Has the day of the Lord actually happened? I think the day of the Lord actually happened from this standpoint. He goes into the depths